Have you ever wondered why things fall down and not up? It's a question that has puzzled many people, especially kids who are curious about the world around them. It's because of a force called gravity. Gravity is an essential force that affects everything on Earth and even beyond. Gravity is like an invisible magnet, pulling everything towards each other. This force is what keeps us grounded and prevents us from floating away. The Earth has a lot of gravity, so it pulls everything towards its center. This is why when you drop something it falls straight down. That's why when you jump up, you always come back down. The force of gravity pulls you back to the ground. You're being pulled back by Earth's gravity. This force is constantly at work even if we don't always notice it. It's what keeps us on the ground instead of floating away into space. Pretty cool, right? Without gravity, our lives would be very different. Gravity is super important in our daily lives. It affects everything we do, from eating to walking to driving. It's what keeps your food on your plate and prevents it from floating away, and your drink in your glass. Imagine trying to drink water without gravity. It would be nearly impossible. Without gravity, everything would just float around, making everyday tasks extremely difficult, and that would be a real mess. So next time you see something fall, remember it's all thanks to gravity. Now you might be thinking, if gravity pulls everything down, why do some things fall faster than others? It's a common question that has intrigued scientists and curious minds for centuries. That's a great question. Sometimes it looks like heavier things fall faster, but there's more to it than that. The answer lies in understanding the forces at play. Imagine dropping a feather and a bowling ball at the same time. At first glance it seems obvious that the bowling ball will hit the ground first. The bowling ball will hit the ground first, right? This is what we observe in our everyday environment. That's because of air resistance. Air resistance is a force that acts against the motion of an object through the air. The air slows down the feather more than the bowling ball. The feather, being lighter and having a larger surface area relative to its weight, encounters more resistance. But, if you drop them in a place with no air, like a vacuum, they would fall at exactly the same speed. This is because there is no air resistance to slow them down. That's because gravity pulls on all objects with the same force, no matter how heavy they are. In a vacuum, the only force acting on the objects is gravity, making them fall at the same rate. Gravity doesn't just work here on Earth, it's everywhere in space. In fact, it's what holds our entire solar system together. The sun's gravity is so strong that it keeps all the planets orbiting around it. Just like the sun holds onto its planets, the Earth's gravity holds onto the moon, keeping it in orbit. Without gravity, the moon would just drift off into space. Gravity even affects things like stars and galaxies. It pulls them together, forming giant clusters throughout the universe. Isn't it amazing how one force can do so much? Gravity can create some pretty amazing things. It's a force that we experience every day, yet its effects can be truly extraordinary. For example, the ocean tides are caused by the moon's gravity pulling on the Earth's water. This gravitational pull creates the rhythmic rise and fall of the sea levels that we observe along coastlines. And have you ever heard of black holes? These mysterious and fascinating objects are one of the most extreme examples of gravity's power. Black holes are regions in space where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. They warp space and time around them, creating a gravitational pull that is almost unimaginable. They're like giant cosmic vacuum cleaners, sucking up anything that gets too close. The matter that falls into a black hole gets stretched and compressed in a process known as spaghettification. Here on Earth we can experience the fun of gravity by jumping on a trampoline or riding a roller coaster. These activities let us feel the pull of gravity in a thrilling and exhilarating way. These rides use gravity to create thrills and excitement. The sensation of weightlessness and the rush of speed are all thanks to gravity's influence. So, the next time you see something fall, remember the incredible force of gravity that makes it happen. It's a force that is always at work, shaping our world and the universe beyond. It's a force that affects us all, every second of every day. From the smallest drop of water to the largest celestial bodies, gravity is a constant presence. Keep asking questions and exploring the wonders of the universe. There's always more to discover about the incredible force of gravity and its role in the cosmos.